to everyone taking time out of their day to join me for Tuesday Tips with Taylor. Here at Always Best Care, we strive to provide quality care for our clients in the same way we provide care for a loved one. Yesterday was Senior Fraud Awareness Day. Every year, millions of older adults fall victim to fraud, making up 46.3% of scams that are reported to the Federal Trade Commission every year. According to the FBI, seniors are the perfect target for scammers. They typically have more money, are less likely to report fraud, and those who grew up between 1930 and 1950 are generally known to be more polite and trusting, which are all ideal traits for a scammer. There are so many scams targeted at older adults, from fake prescription scams to the most recent grandparent scam, where seniors are targeted for money needed to post a fake bail for a grandchild. For someone experiencing memory changes, it may not click that they don't have a grandchild named Jeff, or grandkids at all for that matter. A senior's risk of being a victim of financial fraud is a combination of vulnerability plus exposure. Things like cognitive impairment or increased isolation and loneliness increase their vulnerability, while telemarketing calls and junk mail increase their exposure to possible fraud. How can you help? By becoming a senior advocate. Simply put, a senior advocate educates senior citizens about resources and services that are available and helps them apply for those benefits. Anyone can be a senior advocate, whether you're a professional in the senior care industry, a family member, or a friend. For our family caregivers, you may be wondering, how can I be a good advocate if my parent isn't cooperating? Being heard by an aging parent can be a challenge. In their eyes, you're still their child, and they can manage their own well-being without you butting in. When starting out as an advocate for your parent, make sure that you're communicating in a positive way by supporting their abilities and suggesting ways to allow them to keep their control and dignity while still indicating the best decision. Financial abusers fall into two broad categories. One, strangers who use mail, phone, or email to contact their victims, making up 51% of abusers. And two, family members, friends, caregivers, or other professionals who know the victim, making up the remaining 49%. That is why it's so important to make sure that any care providers or professional advocates that you bring into the mix are well vetted with local and national background checks. Lastly, let's talk red flags. If you notice things like unusual increases in credit card transactions, the appearance of a new caregiving friend who accompanies the senior to the bank, evidence of unpaid bills, insufficient funds, or overdraft notices, or the unexplained disappearance of cash, checkbooks, retirement checks, or valuable possessions, then your loved one may be a victim of financial exploitation. If you suspect financial abuse, gather evidence about what's happening, enlist help from an elder law attorney and a financial planner, and get law enforcement involved. Be patient and non-judgmental with your loved one. Keep in mind that many victims of financial exploitation don't report the abuse because of embarrassment or fear that they'll lose their financial independence. Make sure to keep these tips in mind and always err on the side of caution. Listen to your gut. If something seems off, chances are it is. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you next time.
Interested in learning more about our in-home care options or assisted living selection services? Give us a call at 860-533-9343. You can also find us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, or you can visit our website at www.abccentralct.com. Always Best Care has been in business since 2009, and it's where better options for senior living are a priority.